What up? This is Rap HITZ. So there's been a lot of updates on the ASAP Rocky trial. Now that he's rejected that 6-month plea deal, which was pretty sweet, he's facing some consequences for that because it looks like they were trying to let him off the hook easy. And it turns out there was a situation where the lawyer for ASAP looks like he's upset that he didn't know that there was ballistic information that the prosecutors were going to be coming with. I don't get how they could withhold that though, because usually they have to allow everything to be exchanged during discovery. So the defendants are supposed to know everything that the prosecutors are coming with. So I don't see how this lawyer is saying, it sounds like the prosecutors all of a sudden have this ballistics report.
Said this in court.
So many people said to me this morning, I told you so, that this was going to happen. And I'm trying to keep my composure. I don't know if I've ever been this upset in a court in my whole career, both as a prosecutor and as a defense attorney. I have to be honest with you. This is not right. It's not fair to him.
Defense that a prop gun was used, then they got the jury seated, and then last night or earlier this morning, prosecutors sent Rocky's lawyer a ballistics report, and Rocky's lawyer had a meltdown saying, I'm not going to trial if they're going to be allowed to use this ballistics report that they've never shown me before. I need multiple days to get an expert to look at this report and come up with our own conclusions to even understand what this report says. Rocky's lawyer is asking the judge to throw the evidence out and go forward with the trial. The judge might say, no, we're going to pause the trial and you can go get your expert. Or the judge might say, tough luck, trial continues, the report is in, good luck. Let's see what happens.
So ASAP's lawyers were trying to get that removed off the case. And it looks like the judge is going to decide whether he's going to allow it into the case or if he's going to just allow the defendant some time to analyze it and to have their people look at the ballistics and, have their own opinion about what those ballistics are representing. Because this is kind of like how they got Tory Lanez. Even though Tory Lanez ballistics report was in his favor, from what I understand, it sounded like it was inconclusive when they were trying to determine if Tory Lanez had any residue on his hands from firing any rounds off. So that was inconclusive, and they actually were still able to lock him up. And we all know that case looked real shady anyways. So that kind of would make you feel like you would be almost less confident in the justice system when you saw how Tory Lanez had so much going for him, but yet still got convicted. It seemed like there was reasonable doubt, but it didn't matter. So with ASAP, we'll have to see, because this ballistics report could be game-changing. And if this ballistics report shows that ASAP fired something, well, I already know what ASAP's lawyers are trying to say, because it turns out they're trying to say that he had a prop pipe. They're saying his whoop was a prop pipe where that he was not authentic and he was just trying to scare off the ops or whatever. And they're saying it was a cap heat, saying one of them cap ones. So with that, it was like more like a starter pistol type thing, they're saying. So with that, wouldn't that leave some ballistics anyways? I would say yes. So if that was a starter pistol and he fired a few rounds, basically blanks, that's still going to leave residue. So I think what's going on here, though, is also it's not clear if they're even going to have the actual weapon as part of the evidence yet, because I don't believe the prosecutors recovered the weapon, and it doesn't look like ASAP's lawyers are going to present the weapon. So this is a thing where now they're admitting it was a starter pistol or some type of thing like that. Well, that's going to leave ballistics. So I don't see how, this is going to be a gray area for the situation where, I think this is going to be interesting, where the jury is going to see, okay, there's a lot here to take in. Now, I believe they are opening the door for reasonable doubt, though, when they're saying it was a starter pistol, because that will take care of the ballistics report. So to me, that almost says they probably kind of had an idea they might have ballistics, because that starter pistol thing is it could possibly help them out. Now, it could also not help them out too, because you can't have a starter pistol. Like, using a starter pistol in a crime, or any type of prop gun, or any type of look-alike BB gun or anything like that in a crime, is still a crime. You can't use a prop gun and say, well, that wasn't real, and think you're going to get off, because that's still, in most states, considered a crime. So I think that carries up to 6 months as well. It's like a reduced, it's not as much time you're going to get as a real one, but you still get some time for a prop one for sure. So yeah. So now it sounds like they're admitting that he had a prop gun, and that in its own is going to be an issue, I would think. But it might help him also at the same time. We'll have to see. The jury is going to have to figure this one out. So ASAP, not ASAP Relly, but ASAP Rocky was scheduled to headline the Rolling Loud coming up in just like a couple months from now in LA. So it sounds like California is going to have their Rolling Loud in March, and ASAP was one of the headliners for that show. So the way this trial is going, I would say, we'll see if he's going to still be able to do that, because he's going to have to schedule that around his trial if the trial's still going on. We'll have to see if this is one of those long trials. Like, I don't think it's going to be like a Young Thug trial, because it's not that serious of a charge, but who knows how long this trial is going to actually go on for. And so as of now, that's going to be about 2 months before that performance at Rolling Loud, a little less. So we'll see if this trial's still going, and if he's going to actually be able to perform, or if he gets exonerated by then, or if he's convicted by then. But it looks like Rhianna's going to show up and show some support over the next couple days of this trial, and she's going to, be there, probably bring the kids in to soften his image up. And so, yeah, ASAP really pretty much turned on, well, he did turn on his guy, ASAP Rocky, though. And it sounds like originally he wanted to sue him for like $25,000 or something. It might have been more than that, though. There's been various reports coming out about how much ASAP really might have wanted, and I'm sure that's probably going to end up being part of the defense. And this guy just wants some money. He's trying to, there's an argument, a fallout between the two, and maybe some type of thing happened, but ultimately they're probably going to try to say he's just looking for a payout, because after this, I'm sure he's going to do the civil lawsuit, and he's hoping he can get a win on this to get a civil lawsuit. But another crazy thing about this case is the shell casings. I'm hearing that ASAP really had went to the scene and found the shell casings himself, because like I said, the original report, they're trying to say it was just a prop gun. I'm sure they didn't even arrest him right away after the situation, because they couldn't determine like what actually happened, I'm guessing. And so when ASAP, I'm guessing that the prosecutor or the cops must have talked to ASAP, and he must have said it was just a prop gun or something, maybe. And they went to the scene, they couldn't find any shell casings, is what I'm hearing. And then ASAP really, from what I'm hearing, went back to the scene and found the shell casings himself, which is very suspect, because now you're tampering with evidence. And I don't know, he should have probably, what I'm wondering if he did is maybe he went down there and located them and then called the police and said, hey, look, there it is, you guys pick it up, you guys handle it. Because once you start handling that on your own, I would say that wouldn't be able to be submitted as evidence. So this is a crazy case. There's a lot of gray area stuff going on in this case, where we'll have to see how this all plays out, because on both sides it looks like there's some pretty funny stuff, some suspect stuff going on. I'm also hearing about the ring cam. Sounds like there was a lot of, some footage of this was caught on a ring cam, where there was some type of dispute going on, and as this dispute goes on, they're saying that you can see allegedly ASAP pull out some type of whipping, and then it's not clear, but it doesn't sound like they got the shots on camera, but you can hear the shots or something, and then people disperse after that, something like that. So I mean, what argument was going on so bad that he had to pull a heat out anyways? Maybe he should have, explained that when he was trying to defend himself. Maybe because if it was a serious enough situation for him to pull the heat out, well, he should have had, first of all, bodyguards. But I guess he didn't want that because he's just hanging out with his homies. He thought, ASAP Rally and probably some more ASAP people. So he probably didn't think he needed, any bodyguards or anything like that, because the situation seems to have been so bad that he pulled the heat out. Now, was he just angry, or did he really fear for his life? Like I said, either way, he's saying it was a fake heat and it was just used to diffuse the situation. I guess that's kind of the angle he's going at. So yeah, he has a lot of explaining to do. It's going to be a very interesting outcome. I think everybody's going to be trying to see if he's going to beat this or not, because after turning out 6 months, I mean, everybody's saying, especially if he's guilty at all, like in the least bit, if he thinks he might have played a part and been mad and pulled out even a fake heat, a fake whoop, and even if that was the case, I think at that point, if they're offering 6 months, maybe he should try to negotiate. Okay, can you do that 6 months on house arrest and then expunge the record after he successfully completes some probation or something, some type of sweet deal like that? I think he'd probably go for. It sounds like ASAP said he's afraid of losing sponsorships and stuff like that. So yeah, it looks like this is going to be a very interesting case, because he's facing 25 years, and if he blows trial, they're going to probably give him like 5 to 10. You know what I'm saying? So I'm thinking and expecting something like a sentence similar to what Tory Lanez got. So Tory Lanez got about 10 years, right? So this situation sounds pretty similar in a way, you know what I'm saying, except for there was no injuries. So it was a heated situation where a whoop got pulled out and fired off allegedly, and that part's kind of similar. So I would say it'd probably be less than 10 years. They probably would give him, I think, without the injuries and without it being a woman as the Vic, you know what I'm saying, I think he could probably get away with maybe 5 years. Maybe, you know what I'm saying, 5 years in prison if he blows trial. 5 to 7. Might be 5 to 8, but I would say 5, just based off of there not being no real injuries. Now, they did say ASAP really might have fell and bruised his knuckles or something, or that's what he's saying, but you never know where those injuries came from. It doesn't sound like they have any medical reports to confirm that or anything, so it doesn't sound like any significant injuries resulted from this. So yeah, he's gonna have an uphill battle though. I think he could have had this all behind him with that 6 months deal. A lot of people said he wouldn't even done that full 6 months, and he would have been out before the end of the year for sure, because it's real early in the year still. He would have had the whole rest of the year, to go. But he's worried about fumbling the bag and losing his sponsorships, losing his, I guess some deals on the table probably with an image, and I don't know, but we'll see how this all plays out, y'all. I'll keep y'all updated. Make sure you like the video. Let's get over 100 likes on this video. Let's see. Also, follow Rap HITZ on social media and all that. And also, I got free email newsletters. I got a Rap HITZ store in the comment section, in the description box. You can find some cool stuff like party lights and boom boxes and stuff like that. Bluetooth boom boxes, I should say. All that. So, yeah, subscribe, and I'm out.